Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Sunrise on an outhouse. Look at this. There's nobody in my truck. It's trying to start on its own. That's spooky. Here we go again, folks. Now, last year I posted a video where mice were trashing my truck. And I also talked about how the lights had gone on at night, you know, on and off. And I knew that the mice had gotten into my wiring. But I had wiped out the mouse population and cleaned out the truck. And I haven't had really any problems except for some crazy lights on my dash going on and off as I drive. Well, it's that time of year again. The winter's coming. Mice are moving in, and they've really got it buggered up this time. Okay, so I got my bucket trap. Just a simple bucket with seed and water, okay, and the ramp. And look at what they're doing here. Now look, here we go. The Irish Spring soap, you know. I've got that in here. It doesn't freaking matter, you know. So look at this. Look up here. Look at the mouse nest up there. Oh my goodness. Here we go. Look. Oh, the little bastards, huh? Look at that. Jeepers. So I'm going to leave everything just like that and have the insurance guy come out and check it out. I had to unhook the battery though. I didn't want the truck to catch fire, you know. Yeah, well, it's no fun that they buggered up my truck, but it is what it is. It's just part of the lifestyle out here, you know. You park a truck in the woods for any length of time, you're going to get mice moving in. I don't care what you put in it, you know, Irish Spring soap and all that. And I'm not doing mothballs. I ain't going that route. I don't want to smell those things. So, this truck is pretty well buggered up. But that's what it's insured for. The insurance guy's going to come out and maybe I'll get a whole new wiring harness. I don't know. We're going to find out. But I'll keep you up to date as the saga unfolds. I want to get some flashing up on that upper gable so that I can finish my cedar shingles. I really can't do it without having the flashing there. I'm going to order the metal roofing this week, and this metal flashing is going to go on top of the metal roofing, and then the siding is going to be going from there up. But like I did on the little roof a few years ago in the front there, I put the flashing on first, and then I just slid the metal roofing up underneath it, and that worked good. It allowed me to continue forward. So I don't have the proper flashing, but what I do have is a bunch of flashing, all different shapes, that was left over from a job years ago. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bend it the opposite way, okay, and then make cuts and all of that I need for it to fit. So I don't have a brake. My friend does, but he's off moose hunting in Maine right now. So I'm going to use the bucket of the tractor to hold the metal down, and then I'll bend it in the opposite direction to make what I need. That's the plan. We'll see how it goes. Curl it down. Right there. That last bit's going to get cut. I think it's going to work. It's going to have to. That's the metal roofing that's going to go up on top of the screen porch there. So it's all cut to length. Just got to put it up. And that's one more project complete. Yep. Yeah, so in the last video, I said I wanted to build a workshop and a greenhouse. And Mama and I have been full bore on that. Let me show you. That's 12 by 16. That's going to be my little workshop. And this is going to be 12 by 16. This is going to be greenhouse. And this roof is going to plunge in to that roof somewhere, maybe around midpoint or so. And then there's going to be solar panels up there. So Lori and I got all the 5/8 plywood up on the roof yesterday. Got it tarped off just in time, and it was starting to sprinkle as we were fastening it down. You can see there's still water up on the tarp there. I like to keep my projects as dry as possible as I'm going along. Yeah. I got bubble foil under the floor here, and I don't want to get wet. So I'll just give you a quick peek at this here. Yeah. So there'll be 2 windows here into the greenhouse and a door. And that's going to let the sun into my shop. Yeah. And then on the west side, there's going to be a window there and a door there. This is going to be the main entry door, and this is just to allow more of the heat from the greenhouse into the shop and the heat from my wood stove into the greenhouse. Come on, nice. So you get the workshop there, and then there's going to be greenhouse on this side, and then chicken coop coming off of that side there, off the gable. Yeah, so everything is moving in a steady forward progression like it should. Making great progress on the mountain this year. Really happy with all that we have accomplished. Yeah, got all the siding done on the camp. There's no more tar paper showing. That's almost a pipe dream, really. You know, when my dad put the cabin up in the 1950s, he wrapped it with tar paper, and it sat like that right up until you saw me starting to tear it off. What was that, around 2015, something like that? So when I started fixing up this camp. And fixing up this camp was my childhood dream. I always loved the place, but wanted to make it the way that I wanted it. And my dad always dreamed about fixing it up, but he just never got there. So I'm fulfilling my dream and his dream and making it wonderful. And it is wonderful. Yeah. So that's at a good stage now to stop. I just got to put up the metal roofing on the little screen porch, and then I'm going to leave the camp alone and finish my other projects. All the firewood is cut and split and stacked and under cover. We got tons of firewood put up, and we got that shelter logic put up. We've got that temporary shelter, and that's exactly what it is, temporary shelter. Now, when I showed you that video of us putting it up, there's a lot of you shoulds. You know, you should have just got a shipping container, and you should have built a barn or a shed, or you should. Well, we bought that shelter logic in 2017 when we moved up here. My intention was I just needed a place to set up my tools where I could leave them set up, because we were trying to make this place livable. But never got to it. It sat in the box right up until now, and I go, let's put this thing up. It'll be better to park the Ranger in that than have it under a tarp. Now, I don't have great expectations for this thing. It's $200 temporary shelter, and that's what it is. Although I do have some ideas to kind of strengthen it a little bit. I know I'm going to have to brush the snow off repeatedly, but I've got some ideas that I'm going to put into play, and of course I'm going to film them when I do it. But right now, we're getting the workshop put up. We want to have that and the greenhouse, because we've gone too long without a garden. But Like I said, I've got a lot of footage of the building project. I will make you another building video as my time will allow. We are going full bore, making great progress, and I will share it with you very soon. I just want to get something out this week for you all. Yeah, so that's it for now, folks. All the best to you, and God bless.
Frankie and the boss out walking in the woods, living life happy and free. Tracks in the snow everywhere they go. There's a pokey way up in that tree. A beaver built a pond where they have some fun, taking life a day at a time. Best friends until the end. Frankie and the boss. Frankie and the boss. Frankie and the boss.